Love the eighth nice Saturday in a row, T-Rex. We get some refraction of the sunlight off this pretty door here in South Dennis on Cape Cod. It's a beautiful day, and I think most of the beaches are open today as Hurricane Erin is running away. Oh, crows, crows, crows. We break for crows. We've got some dew in the grass this morning. There were a few spots that did cool off last night. I know, Rex. Rex likes to chase crows too. I got my noise canceling microphone on. I can't let you wander just yet, Rex, because a lot of neighbors, a lot of dogs around here. The bird bath even has a little ripple on it this morning. The wind is picking up. Last night, as the sun went down here in South Dennis, it was 55 degrees. And then the wind picked up around midnight or so, and the temperature at sunrise was 65 degrees. So it warmed up overnight last night as the high pressure that brought us all the cold air and wind, along with the hurricane offshore, has moved east of us, and now it's going to move south of us and move south and east. And the wind comes around from the southwest, and there are some brilliant observations this morning from our photographers, and beautiful. Rob Wright in Presque Isle, Maine, going up for the balloon festival, says there was a little rain shower going north from northern Maine, and it made the sky purple. And he said it's a little too windy for the balloons to launch this morning. Windy in northern Maine? What's going on? Well, wind is air moving from high to low pressure. Time out. I got to clean this better. Yeah, the camera was kind of cool. I came outside and the dew point is up this morning. So the little fog formed on the lens. And if it happens again, I'm not going to break. But we have subsidence here. We still are on the nice side of the high, but we're tracking a couple of fronts. One's coming in from the west, another one's coming in from the south, but they're leaving us alone for this nice Saturday, the eighth nice Saturday in a row, right? Starting way back on July 5th. What a summer of Saturdays. Tomorrow, not as nice. There's a Sunday front, but still not bad. The wind is going to pick up. I was just talking about that, right? Let's look at the regional roundup at about 6 a.m. today, and where were some areas that did decouple in the valleys, like Saranac Lake and Berlin, New Hampshire, 46 degrees, Brownville, Maine, 46 degrees. And then if you look up in the hills in southern New England, I did leave the red numbers on there for wind gusts. In Worcester, Massachusetts, the wind was 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting 16 miles an hour, not much wind. But in the hills this morning, that's where it was warmest, in the mid-60s. That's what happens when you get radiational cooling at night. The cooler air settles into the valleys. And it's very evident when you look at the data from Mount Washington. I think I got this around 7:30, where the halfway up the mountain was in the mid-60s, and the summit was a little cooler. So there's still some cool air way up there. And the wind was out of the southwest at 23. And the wind is going to be increasing today. All right, we talked about Rob with those showers in northern Maine. The national radar shows a front coming across the Midwest, and there's also a front stalled over the southern states, over the Gulf of Mexico, America. And the front's going to come at us from the west, and the front's going to come at us from the south. But right now, if you look at the northeast radar, there are those showers in northern Maine that are lifting up and out. Here is the surface analysis from first thing this morning. Pardon me. We've got a front coming in from the west, and then you have all that action in the southeastern United States. And it's a 1021 high pressure system, the same one that's brought us all the chill and protecting us from the hurricane, is now getting to our east and it's going to push south. And if I go up to sunset today, you can see the front is still off to our west, so it's a nice day, and the front off to our south is coming north. And this is from the Weather Prediction Center, and they do these maps for every 6 hours on day 1, and then every 12 hours for day 2 into 3. And if we look at tomorrow evening, the forecast map, different than a surface analysis. Surface analysis is what's happening. A forecast map is what's expected to happen. And that front from the west is coming in with showers and thunderstorms moving out of New York into Vermont. And then there's another low coming up over North Carolina, just offshore. It does not look tropical. It's a wave on a front, but it's going to kind of look tropical. And they're both expected to pass over. Well, let's see. Let's go to Monday morning while we're here. Monday morning, the front is over New England, and there's another front and a low just east of Nantucket. So that's the front from Canada coming at us from the west, and the front from Florida coming at us from the south. And the one from the west is going to get here first, and the one from Florida is going to stay just offshore. And we can see that using the HRRR quantitative precipitation forecast. And the NAM is in the doghouse because what it did to us on Thursday. And The precipitation is to our north today for the most part, and then late tonight you start to see some specks showing up in Vermont, and then during the day tomorrow you have a front-oriented northeast to southwest kind of sliding in fairly slowly, but like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, now we're getting some showers and a thunderstorm threat in Vermont, and this only goes out to 2 a.m. on Monday, and by 2 a.m. on Monday there's another system coming at us from the south, so that one from the south there with the rain south of Nantucket, that all the guidance has that missing us to the east, so it's only the front from the west that we're going to talk about, that we're worried about, what I'm going to talk about. So this morning I've spent many hours looking at the surf cams, and the one from Cinnamon Rainbows is kind of frightening to me. Like, I imagine myself trying to get out there on my longboard. I wouldn't make it past that third wave from the shore. They come every 14 seconds. It's a 9-foot swell. So you get out past one, then you have about 12 seconds to try and paddle and hold your breath and try and get out by the next one. And at that point, that next one would grab me and push me back to shore. I watched this camera for a few minutes, and I saw a couple of surf riders attempting to get out there, but not making it out through that break. So surf is still up, and as a matter of fact, it's probably more powerful now. With the wind from the southwest, those exposed shores like Hampton Beach and Higgins Beach with Sterling up there in Maine, the southwest wind is now going to stand up your surf, while at the south coast, places like yesterday, Max at Martha's Vineyard, he says it was really nice. It was a clean swell, and I didn't realize it. The lifeguard told me afterward, after I went in the water, that there was no swimming. He said, I leave at 5, and you can go back in the water. But Max did go in the water yesterday, and I'll save most of that for the end more. Let's put it this way. Surf is up, and it's diminishing, and it's still experts only, but even yesterday at Wellfleet, I mean, I don't think there were any lifeguards at Cahoon Hollow. Kids were going in. As far as I know, everyone survived, but kind of dangerous. Yeah, it's controversial too, which beaches were open and which beaches were not open. All right, back to the weather forecast now. What is that bird up there? Can you hear that despite my noise-canceling microphone? What's that, a robin? Sorry, I break for birds. The Manchester, New Hampshire meteogram shows the temperature close to 85 degrees today, and tomorrow the dew point is coming up. The wind is going to be gusting 20 to 25 miles an hour from the southwest as the pressure gradient tightens, and it's a mostly dry weekend until tomorrow night. There are some showers, and the dew point and the temperature come together, red line and blue line, tomorrow night and Monday morning in the low 60s, and then the dew point's going to go way down into the 40s and even upper 30s on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All looks quiet now with temperatures at night only in the 30s and 40s in northern New England, 40s and 50s in southern New England, and each day looks like it's going to be in the 70s to perhaps low 80s. There are going to be a couple of fronts coming at us from Canada, and every time you get a front from Canada, that is sort of hurricane repellent. So we talk about the tropics now. Erin is... Actually, I want to show you this shot from Florida. This is Jupiter Inlet in Florida. James Wieland, he's a surfing weatherman there in Florida. He says another pulse from Hurricane Erin came ashore in Florida overnight, and it is high surf from Erin. Now, you want to see how far Erin is away? More than 1,500 miles away and going across the North Atlantic, yet still leaving an impact on the shores from Florida to Maine, and I'm sure Bermuda to Nova Scotia. Amazing, the scope of Erin. Thank you for staying at sea, Erin. All right, back to what the National Hurricane Center has their eye on now. 2 more waves. That red hashed area could become the F storm, Fernan, but is expected to stay out over the open Atlantic due to these fronts coming out of Canada across North America and keeping those big storms out over the ocean. And then there's another little yellow hash there, halfway between the Caribbean or a little closer to Africa. That is not expected to develop, but if it did, it would become the G storm, which is going to be Gabrielle. So the F and the G storms are up next, but no threat to the United States. We're in pretty good shape thanks to our air coming from Canada for the most part over the next 5 to 10 days into Labor Day now in New England. So let's go forward with that using the Euro. Wow, wind just really picked up. It's going to be a windy day. We have a picnic this afternoon. You're going to need to put rocks on your napkins and plates. Things are going to be blowing around today. Here's the Euro. It shows the pressure gradient tightening up with the high pressure going off to our south. Shower and a thunderstorm threat remains west and north of New England today. Those showers in Maine are done. And then it's tomorrow. Here comes the front. Now you have the front coming in from the northwest, but also watch that system going off the mid-Atlantic states. Here's Monday. There's the front with the showers and the thunderstorms in New England. And there is a heavy rainstorm with some wind just missing Nantucket to the east. There could be 3 or 4 inches of rain 200 miles east of Nantucket. And all the guidance has that Florida front and the Canada front staying separate. So we should be in pretty good shape. And then the isobars tighten up with a wind from the northwest. It's called cold air advection on Tuesday with instability showers in the mountains. We're in the mountains. Mount Washington's probably going to get into the 30s, otherwise 40s and 50s in the hills, and then 60s and 70s at the beaches with an offshore flow. It still remains beach weather, and it looks like the high pressure system's going to try and come right over us or just south of us on Wednesday, so that will warm us back up a little bit. And then it almost looks more like a backdoor front coming at us on Thursday, where yesterday this Euro had a cyclogenesis in the Gulf of Maine with the southern front and the northern front merging over New England. Now it keeps the energy from off the southeastern United States well out to sea, and it just brings us a front from the north, and that would preclude any kind of cyclogenesis. And that means the weekend forecast already for next weekend, Labor Day weekend, has improved. It'll be turning a little bit cooler on Saturday, and then another system going off the southeastern United States over the weekend into early Sunday. And so one after another, these southern systems and tropical energy staying well away from us as our air comes from Canada. And there was even some snow there. I don't know if you saw it there up in the upper right there. There was a snowstorm in northern Quebec, and this stops now on Monday, September 1st, Labor Day at 2 p.m. And you see the 540 line to the north, and that's cold enough for snow and up in the sky. And then the 576 line is way down across the southeastern United States with yet another front stalled in the southeastern United States and a vast high pressure system. You can't really see it, but it's about a 1020 high over Wisconsin. And that's going to be supplying us with some seasonable air and probably nice looking 70s with sun and clouds mixed in New England on Labor Day. That's your 9-day forecast guess. It's always a guess, right? All right. So it was kind of current. Long day yesterday. I got a long edit. We went out to the oyster grants on Cape Cod Bay yesterday. I made some new friends, Rob and Stella, and we did some oystering. TK mostly just trolled with his camera, watching and talking and seeing Chris Lambden and his brother Mark out there at their grant. It was good to see you, Chris, and discuss the closure of West Dennis Beach yesterday out of safety because he was more worried about the lifeguards having to do rescues. Now, in all my time here on Nantucket Sound, I learned to swim. My mom taught me at West Dennis Beach. I have not seen a rip current because it's protected by the islands. Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket kind of protect us from the swell, Monomoy on the east side. And yet, out of abundance of precaution, that's my word, not his, the beach was closed. I mean, I think the gates were closed at the beach. You couldn't even go down there. But meanwhile, at South Beach on Martha's Vineyard, the beach was open. There were lifeguards, and Max was up close to that surf, and he couldn't resist himself. So Max Dex went in the water, and then as he came out, he was informed by the lifeguard, no swimming. The beach is open, but no swimming because it's too dangerous. And the lifeguard said, well, I'm leaving at 5, though. In other words, risk your own life at 5 after I'm gone. So I think that we should be allowed. I don't know. Our parents used to take care of us, but now it seems like other people are trying to take care of us, protect us from ourselves, but not in Wellfleet, Cahoon Hollow. The young kids were going right in the water. Bob Hennessy was there. So I've just given you a brief outline of all the and more with our content providers. We're Lundstead in Eastham, watching this house get perilously close to the edge. Or is it the edge getting perilously close to the house? Yes, coastal erosion, a huge factor over the last couple days. And Enmore has Weir, Bob Hennessy in Wellfleet, and TK at the Oyster Farm, as T-Rex got to spend a lot of time with his favorite people, Anna and Larissa. And He was very happy and well fed and slept great. Thank you, Anna. And our association picnic is today. I got a lot of editing to do, so let's get on it. And more from yesterday, Saturday, on the backside of Erin in New England. And more. It's practically lunchtime, T-Rex. It's been a very busy morning of meetings and editing, and T-Rex wanting to go for a walk, switching from the shade to the sun. Oh man, look at the subsidence. The backside of hurricanes usually have subsidence and air from Canada. Affirmative, affirmative. Let's see.
Well, Tim, I poured the rock today. Another big day, a lot cleaner than it was yesterday. Really thumping right now. Sorry, the sun glare on it is just not working with us. Really, no one else for some reason.
Great Scott, getting ready for the picnic. Oh, shaky. How's that? This is the field of dreams for the neighborhood. Egg toss, 30 hours, which is now today. Yeah, Rex, do it. No, don't do it. I'll get in trouble. T-Rex is leading the way down the Regis Memorial Pathway. He wants to see Anna, and he knows this is the way, and he's pulling me. We'll have to call again later, Rex. She's not home right now. Love the art. Look at this. It's one of those old windows. Would that be for a basement window? I know, Rex. I know. Look at him. We'll be back. We'll come back, Rex, when she gets home. Come on. So now he says, well, I know there's another door. Let's go try this one. And I said, it's the same answer, T-Rex. Anna is not home. You can't have everything you want all the time. Nope. See? Oh, she is home.
You let him go.
Poor starving Rex. He's gonna get some chicken. Yeah.
What you been doing?
He's
You've been cooped up in that terrible place up north. Yes. And now you came down to see us again.
Well, I'll tell you what. I gotta go do some shopping. How'd you like to keep him for a while?
Yeah, you go ahead.
T-Rex is with Anna. TK is going north and east, almost to Brewster. Guess where? You know this old cemetery? We come here in autumn to see the fall color, but we don't have to wait for fall. There's the color. We've got color. This house was not done last time I was here. Any guesses? Oh my goodness, there's a massive truck and trailer coming at us. Traffic jam already. That's life. When you're going to see the oyster guy.
Outside the Wellfleet Beach Club. Yeah. I'm vlogging, Sarah. First one in the water wins. How's that sound?
Mission. Tide waits for no man. This is a bumpy road.
Few brave souls going in.
All right, it looks a little deep. I think we've got a hurricane swell.
Yeah, I mean, low tide's not till 5:19.
Time is 3:30. High tide. Low tide.
Low tide's 5:19, so.
Nearly 2 hours. Oh, and here's our daily laughing gull, because. Oh, come on. Yeah, race us. Catch a fish. The wind. Watch the swallow. Those things will take your eye out.
If you want to see bluebirds, come to my house and back. We got tons of
Beckett, did you get 10 inches of rain a couple days ago?
Only one. One here.
And what are those little birds with the long legs and the pointy mouths? Sandpipers? So we're waiting for the water to go out. This could be a while. And more and more and more. Should probably bail on it right now. Would you like a little salt with your Chevy?
Getting in deep. Look, he's getting in deep. It's way too deep.
Feet, on the other hand, will not rust. It's nice sun-warmed water. Out. So it's still Dennis, just barely. Brewster's right there. This is called Quivet Creek. And these are oyster grants out here. Not in a hurry. Johnny Oyster. And the parade begins.
Everybody that knows Morgan Ward, he's moving over here. He's a great guy. Good kid.
Hey, what's your name? Where you from? Slack Tide.
Chris Lambton.
Chris, haven't seen you since I got you on the Weather Channel
I know,
6 weeks
right?
ago. You get more action with Cantori than I do.
And so that time we were out here, or you were talking, the Oyster Farmers were going to be closed for 3 days because of the nor'easter.
How about this storm? Did that cause any similar problems?
Nothing. I was out here last night for 3.5 hours, sustained 20-25 mile an hour winds. Keeps the tide in a little bit, so we didn't have too much of a low tide. But if that's the worst case scenario for me out here, I'll take it.
Right, so no one was worried about their gear. Everyone's gear is okay.
Even looking right now, I can see my grant. Gear looks good. If you look at everyone else's grants, nothing's floating around.
How many jobs do you have?
Landscaper, oyster farmer, chair of the Dennis Select Board, father, husband,
Any of these jobs actually pay.
TV. TV does. Yeah, he knows.
I'm the official meteorologist of the East Dennis Oyster Farm. What's my salary?
I'm working on that. I'll get back to you.
1 oyster a year.
As people stop using the term high tide cycle, we'll be going in the right direction.
Pamela, I heard. So what cycle are we in now? We're in wait cycle. Because we don't want to toast our truck cycle.
We are in the black tide cycle.
Slack tide. Waiting on slack tide. So what's your goal today, Chris?
Goal today is to bag 1,000 oysters that are going to market tomorrow morning.
Oh my goodness.
And it sounds like fun. Sun's out, beautiful day. Unfortunately, the tide tomorrow morning is 6 a.m., which means that I'll be out here around 5:30, loading up 1,000 oysters into my cooler to drive them off to.
Oh, so you're just gonna bag them today?
Yeah. So that way, tomorrow morning is not as much work as bagging 1,000. Tomorrow morning will be just loading up the 1,000. Making sure everything's okay tomorrow, and then driving to the refrigerated truck to sell them to go to market.
Where are they destined?
They're destined to New York City.
So tomorrow night in New York City or the next night?
So I'm not sure they're shipping, but they go to the top restaurants in the country, La Bernardin in New York City. So they will be sold for way more than I'm getting tomorrow morning for them.
Well, great. All right. Thanks for the intel.
No problem.
You guys are a great community out here.
Yeah. All right, time to get to work.
Even John.
This is a live report from West Dennis Beach, checking out the total devastation. Thank God they cleared everyone off. You can see the surf breaking on the beach. Everyone's gone. Except for one guy. Somewhere. Hey! Go away. Save your life. Otherwise, nice day for a boat ride.
We're gonna walk over, Tim.
Mark Lambden and Chris Lambden. And John Lowell brought some people. I don't know if we're helpers, but we're here.
These are sophisticated urbanites that are brought here to bring up our game.
What's your goal today, John?
I want to harvest some oysters. to sell to sophisticated
1,000,
organizers.
like slack tide?
No, maybe 200.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Are you from the IRS?
I am from the SBA. I'm an advocate to help you help yourself. And we're gonna try and... All right, did they survive, Erin? Any evidence of damage?
Oh, hang on. Well, you gotta look, this is just the table, but everything looks good. Really think that might have been a little overrated. I do. You can complain all you want. It changes nothing. Then you just have to work hard and you're complaining.
I want to have roasted plover.
So there was a plover issue, and he had to walk out. The Oyster Farmers had to walk out because the plover, but the plover has fledged and allegedly perhaps is still alive.
It's not quite heavy enough for you, okay?
What do you mean they're growing too fast?
They grow too fast. They're long and skinny.
Oh,
They just is.
The problem is I've been spoiled for so many years
We'll
populating
find
our
them. They're
cage.
here.
You know, I'm like waiting.
so are they going to turn long and fat after a while?
They will fatten up because I deliberately move them up.
Up to what?
Up high or on the ground, so they're out of the water. So they spend less time in the water. So a faster oyster is not a better oyster. No.
More time in the water means more
It
plump.
means more food, and it means it grows faster. So we don't necessarily want that, Tim.
What age do you think these oysters are?
I
Well,
think these are last year's seed.
so they were the size of a pinky nail a year ago?
Yes. Yes.
About 3 cents. Are these the things that are eating the clams?
No, those are periwinkles. Those are our friends.
Our friends?
Yeah, we like
Hello, friend. Like the camera won't focus on the friend. There we go. Hello, friend. I was just standing here and I got hit by a crab. I think the crab was dropped by a seagull. Or it could have been thrown at me by an oyster man. What kind of crab is this?
That's one of those pink ones.
And you don't mind it living, obviously.
No, but they're mean.
They're mean.
Pink ones are mean.
Careful.
They will attack you and not feel bad.
Don't let it land on your foot.
Slack tide oyster has a guard gull.
All right. Cape Cod National Seashore, Eastham. Big waves out there. But what I wanted to show you here is I looked at this house over here 7-8 years ago, and literally there was 100 feet of land in front of it. Today, it's about to fall in. Unbelievable.
What's that? Oh, how did it get so clean, Mark? Gorgeous.
So we have these bags over there that are mostly used in like Australia and France, and they naturally turn with the currents, and they end up being a cleaner oyster, and they kind of round them a little bit more. So
John takes them home, puts them in a
it's a cement mixer,
and you've got one in the water.
Rocks. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so it rounds them like that.
Is this your pet crab over here?
The basic green crab.
Oh, is that what the people put in their soup there?
No, that's just a mad.
Good for nothing.
Yeah, so I go through, and when they're market ready, I put them in here, and yeah, they're just
Gorgeous.
nice cup on that thing.
Somebody in New York City might be eating this tomorrow. Looks like
Isn't that crazy to think about?
looks like this got a piggyback.
That's a perfect one right there. That's a breeder.
Take it home and braid it. So, can you measure it like with the rings on a tree? How many years or months old it is? Is there any science to that?
No, and wash off that shit.
So, that's the same age as all the rest of them? It just
No, this is just a couple years older, but it got big. So I probably missed it in a bag, and now it's just gigantic.
is
So
it too big?
I mean, there's a contest every year who can eat the biggest oyster. You in?
Man,
So, I mean, this would be good if you wanted to do if you wanted to bake it, a little spinach
Oh,
cheese
yeah.
on that guy, probably great.
Yeah.
But what a lot of places do is they'll use this for breeding purposes. But I keep it to show off. If I do a tour, I'll show people like,
Neat.
They can get big.
The baby plovers. One thing I just learned from Chris is that horseshoe crabs molt. I didn't realize it. They shed their skin like snakes. So a lot of times you find one that you think is dead. It's not, but I don't know. Did this one molt? Don't know. Always some more to learn. I like following these trails. Look at this little creature made the trail. It's probably a crab right there. Nope, it's not a crab. It's a worm. Oh, I just broke it. Sorry. Kind of worm. One it's in pieces now. My bad. Kinds of different things in here, aren't there? Look at the size of that. Is that a giant crab? Wow. I don't think I've ever seen one this big. Hello. When's the last time you were held up in the air this high? I'm gonna say it's been some time. Can you put me down, please? Yeah. More and more and more. I've got enough content for a week. Never know that there was a hurricane zipping away from New England right now. It's gorgeous. Devil's Purse. Good name for a beer company. Skate egg. Recently hatched.
Empty shells, gray basket.
Empty shells, gray basket. What's the red? The red was done.
Yeah, we're done with all the others.
Move out of the way. I'm affecting the light.
It wasn't empty.
And you get a reward. How's it compare to a Wellfleet oyster?
Oh, much better. Wellfleet oysters are just for show.
Don't you?
But they're pretty. They're my second favorite.
He's got an oyster sticker, Wellfleet oyster sticker on the truck.
You know why that's on there, Tim?
Because you're all supporting one another.
Because the guys from Wellfleet told me I would not put that on my truck. Since I support the guys from Wellfleet because it's arguably the most famous oyster on the East Coast and they're really good.
Oh, they're good.
I run that sticker.
I haven't had a Wellfleet.
And the little necks out of South Wellfleet are the best in the world. Logie Bay. It isn't a little
Tim,
neck
you
that
want
comes
this one?
close.
Sure.
Take it. Take it and eat it.
I'm glad you guys are here because I don't usually get paid until like January 1st, and it's just one oyster. Nice shuck, Bob. Nice shuck.
Right.
See a good shucker, Tim?
No, I'm not.
No shell. All meat.
Gotta hold that flat. Now listen, stop. If you're having a hard time,
I thought he was doing
turn the
a joke.
knife over.
Turn the knife over.
So it's pointing down. It's
Okay.
totally.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, just try it on your next oyster.
What's the honest?
You think that's enough for today? I do. I do think it's enough. I think we need to hear Captain Spacetime on the piano. Up and down, round and round. Thank you, Doug, for attending to the flag today in Weymouth. Gettysburg is the name of the flag company. I'm gonna call. I called it Virginia, but Gettysburg flag, new one coming in. It's in the mail. Next up, not in a hurry, Sunday. Very busy Saturday. 8th, nice Saturday in a row. Yes. Oh wow, I actually get one this time? Thank you, Johnny. Get that shadow out of there. Finest kind. Talk to you tomorrow. Not in a hurry Sunday. Baby laughing doll? Not that one. That one's like a piper, right?